Watch this video if you want to learn what are 10 things you can do with your partner on a couple's holiday. For the best relationship advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to be notified every time I upload a video. My name is Diana and I am the founder of Better Topics, which is a community where we help hundreds of couples experience more love, joy, and connection. Now, before getting into our tips, I would like to mention a couple of things. First of all, try to disconnect whilst you're away and leave all the issues and problems that you have going on at home. I mean, the main reason why you're going on a holiday is to actually relax, isn't it? Therefore, try to focus on yourself and your partner and you two as a couple rather than everything else that you normally focus on. Take this time to recharge your batteries and either just relax or maybe experience new adventures. And now let's get into what are the 10 things you can actually do whilst on a couple's holiday. Number 1 is to date again. Remember the times when you just started dating and how much fun that was? Especially because you're away from your normal environment, take this opportunity and date your partner again. And this will lead you to have a lot of fun memories and stories you can actually talk about when you're back from your holiday. Now, how you can do this? Well, either treat every dinner like a proper date where you get to dress up nicely and one of you can wait for the other one in the hotel lobby, for example, or maybe just set the date at the restaurant itself so you both arrive at different times as if you were dating for the first time and one of you is waiting for the other one, like in the early days. If you feel a bit shy about this at first, you can also use room service option if you have wherever you're going. Now, if room service is an option and you would like to use that, you can use that as a date night and just have a cozy date night in your room. Or even better, switch it up every night and do a different type of date every night. Pro tip, if you have a balcony with a great view, why not have the date there? Make sure to dress up and prepare yourself mentally and physically for this amazing date with a partner you can't wait to see. Number 2, dance either on a beach or on the mountainside, depending where your holiday is. Put some music on your phone and just enjoy. Have fun with it. Remind yourself of your first dance maybe, or why not recreate an amazing dance scene from a movie you both like. Either way, have fun and feel free to fool around, and who knows, if people are looking at you, they might even join in. For example, on our last seaside holiday with my husband, we have actually recreated our first dance that we had at our wedding. It might seem awkward in the beginning, and it sure was for us as well, but we actually got a lot of positive feedback from people that actually saw us doing the dance on the seaside. And why not? This might remind other people as well how important it is to have fun together. Number 3, try out the Skijet if you're on the seaside or somewhere where there is water, or try biking around if you're on the mountainside. Now, even when you do this, you can either do it together. If you want to try the Skijet, one of you can drive and then you can take it in turns, or to make it even more fun, you can both take separate ski jets and then race each other around. Now, although I like the water a lot, I cannot swim. However, my husband, he is a very good swimmer. Therefore, when we were on our honeymoon, he was very excited for us to try the Skijet together. I was honestly terrified. But I still agreed to do it because it was something we could experience together. Obviously, I did have that floaty thing on me because I cannot swim and I was terrified of the deep water. And I did let him drive the Skijet because I had no experience doing that at all. In the end, I am glad I accepted it because we had so much fun. Now, every time we're going on a seaside or I see a Skijet anywhere, I remind myself of how much fun our honeymoon was and how happy I was in the end that I've accepted what he proposed. Therefore, even if it might seem terrifying, give it a try. Why not? You might actually end up having fun. Obviously, I'm not saying to put your life in danger, but just be willing to try new things whilst you're on holiday. Also, because being on holiday takes you out from your normal environment, why not take this opportunity and try new things that you wouldn't normally do? Again, keep it fun and safe. Number 4. One thing I would like to remind you, and this obviously depends on the length of the holiday you have together with your partner, is to remember to take some time for yourself as well. I know it might sound a bit counterintuitive at first, but if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. In our day-to-day life, most of us, we are not all the time together with our partner. We do have some time apart, either whilst we are at work or maybe doing some chores or maybe just running some errands. There are enough times during our normal life where we are apart from our partner. Therefore, being constantly with your partner on a holiday might be a bit challenging at some point, especially if you have to travel quite many hours to get to your holiday place and you're both tired. It is more likely to be some friction there and maybe even some arguments because both of you are tired and not as attentive to each other. Therefore, make sure to take some time for yourself as well and either do things separately or maybe even just have a nice long bath by yourself. I mean, the holiday should be about both of you individually as much as about both of you as a couple. Try to balance it out. If there is something, for example, that you definitely don't want to try and your partner would like to try it, why not just let them go ahead and do that activity without you, whilst you can do something else. Make sure to break your holiday into chunks, if you like, where you get some me time as well. Also, if your partner is the one that has this initiative that they want some time just for themselves, try not to take it personally and let them have a bit of space. This will just help you miss each other and have great stories to share once you come back. You can either go shopping by yourself whilst your partner is relaxing on the seaside, or maybe you can relax on the seaside whilst your partner is doing something else. Being on a holiday with your partner, it doesn't mean you have to be joined at the hip. It doesn't mean you have to do everything together. Yes, it can be fun to have activities together, but there comes a time as well when you might need some time just for yourself. Comment below and let me know what you think about these tips so far. Number 5. You can have a romantic walk on the beach or hiking if you're on the mountainside. Moving and exercising are always welcomed. More so when you're on a holiday, because when we are on holidays, we tend to overeat. I mean, I know I am a big foodie and food for me is quite important wherever we travel. And holiday is the time when I'm not thinking about diet that much or what are the proper food combinations. I know it might not sound healthy, but I want to enjoy the holiday to the fullest. Therefore, I'm trying to also exercise or at least walk as much as I can to counterbalance the food I eat whilst I'm on holiday. Also, whilst you're on a walk or on a hike, you can focus your conversation on you two as a couple and try to come up with ideas on how you both can grow your relationship. I know we have our deepest and most honest conversations together with my husband whilst we're doing long walks together. Number 6. Enjoy a sunup and a sunset in the same day. I know it might sound a bit strange, and also because whilst you're on holiday you're thinking you can sleep in as late as you want, but it does have something magical about it. Sunups and sunsets are very romantic and it's like they have a different energy about them. Even if that means, you just wake up to see the sun up and have maybe a short walk on the beach and then you go back to bed, that is fine as well. Or why not maybe just have a nap on the beach itself. But try to do this at least once. Obviously, if there is good weather and you can actually see the sun, it's a big plus. You can also get some great pictures about it, and whilst you're both watching the sun up and the sunset as well, try to be grateful of having each other in this relationship and sharing these moments together. See it as an adventure maybe, why not? And try to find the best place where you can actually see the sun up and the sunset. Number 7. Try new local food. Even if you're a bit reluctant to try it, why not try some of the local food of where you are traveling to? As I mentioned before, I am quite a big foodie and I really like to try some local things wherever we go. Now, obviously, if the place where you're eating doesn't seem too clean or it doesn't make you too confident about the food, then obviously just choose another. Then obviously don't do it. But at home, we do tend to eat always the same things. Why not try some new local foods whilst you're away? Even if some of the ingredients might seem a bit odd and the combination of them as well might seem a bit off, why not give it a try? It might surprise you in a very nice way. If you're unsure what to try, why not ask the waiter or the waitress, as they most likely know the local food and have tried it themselves, and they can recommend what would it be best or what is it something that people order the most because that chef maybe it's known for, or the restaurant maybe. A quick tip to this is you can both order different things and then try to share it and switch around your plates. Now, a bonus tip on this is make sure you have discussed this with your partner and your partner is actually okay with you munching from their plate. I mean, I know I am lucky and my husband is okay with it. Well, actually, he has no choice because I still dig into his plate as well, because I'm very curious to see what other foods are there and what is it that he ordered. But just to avoid any arguments, ask your partner whether he's okay with you trying what they have ordered, and then you offer some as well from your plate for them to try it and taste it. Number 8, souvenir shopping. I know this might come across as a very consumerism thing to do, but if you're anything like us, you will most likely want some small reminder of the place you've been together and the adventures you had together. And this can be anything from smaller objects to bigger ones. It depends really on what your preferences are. Me and my husband tend to collect fridge magnets of the places where we've been. But the one thing that we are making sure is that we both pick it up together. That way, every time we see it on our fridge at home, we remind ourselves of how grateful we are because we had that holiday together, and also the amazing adventures we had, and why not even the people we have met on those holidays. Again, this doesn't have to be anything very fancy. It can be anything from a fridge magnet, a rock, or maybe a seashell, why not? Every time I go to the seaside, for example, I tend to pick out some really nice seashells. And once I am back, I usually clean them and decorate them and put them in a nice plate that will remind me of our amazing holiday together every time I look at that plate. Now, if you're a type of person that doesn't really care about the physical reminders, you can still go souvenir shopping and just take pictures of the local market or souvenir places. Souvenirs usually tend to tell a lot of things about the local attractions that there are where you're on holiday, or even their tradition and maybe some part of the history. Number 9, do a great session of photo shooting. Find a great place with an amazing backdrop and use that as your own personal studio. Have a bit of a fun with it and play around and act as if you would be posing for a very important magazine. Once you're back at home, you can use those pictures to make an amazing scrapbook with pictures from your holiday. Instant pictures can be a great fun as well, especially if you catch your partner doing funny faces or doing some instant poses. Luckily, these days we are not limited anymore to the number of pictures we can take, so why not feel free and go ahead and take as many pictures as you like. Number 10 of the things you can actually do with your partner whilst on holiday is to visit local and maybe historic places. Pro tip, use a local guide. Most times they will know even great stories or legends that are tied to that place. Even if you're not that much interested in history overall, you can still get a glimpse of how people lived in old times and the type of struggles they used to have. This will remind you to be extremely grateful of the great times we live today and of how the dynamic of family and relationship and community has changed over time. And again, this is something that you can experience together with your partner. Try to take as many pictures as you like and have fun with it. Now, obviously, most of these things I referred to were either for the seaside or mountainside. That doesn't mean that you cannot still do most of these on other types of holidays as well. For example, if you go on a city break rather than seaside or the mountains, instead of a jet ski, you can still rent a bike and then bike around the city that you visit. In most places, you will have couples bikes as well, if you want to rent only one bike and both of you to be on the same bike. Obviously, there are many other great things you can do together with your partner on holiday, but I just wanted to give you an example of 10 very simple things to do. And as I mentioned, you can do this either if you're on a holiday on a seaside, on the mountainside, on a cruise, or on a city break. Overall, just to remind you again, try to disconnect from your day-to-day life because that is the point of a holiday, and enjoy it as much as you can. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.